Let me tell you something that nobody in your family ever sat you down and explained. The people making $10,000 a month are not smarter than you. They are not working harder than you either. They just figured out one thing you haven't yet, and that one thing is the difference between where you are and where you want to be. So before you scroll past this thinking it's another one of those videos, give me 60 seconds, because what I'm about to tell you actually changes how you see money forever. Here's the truth about making $10,000 a month that most people skip over. Most people are trying to get rich by doing one thing better. And that is exactly why most people stay broke. Not broke like no food broke, but broke like you're working, bills are paid, and somehow there's still nothing left at the end of the month. That kind of broke. The silent kind that nobody talks about at dinner. Now here's where it gets interesting. $10,000 a month sounds like a big number when you say it out loud. But when you actually break it down, it stops being scary real fast. That's $330 a day. That's $14 an hour if you worked 24 hours straight, which you obviously won't. But the point is, the number that felt impossible 30 seconds ago just became $330 a day. And that right there is the first shift you need to make in your head. Most people think in terms of salaries. They think in years. They say things like, I make $40,000 a year, and they stop there. The people who actually hit $10,000 a month stopped thinking annually a long time ago. They think in value. How much value can I create today? Not tomorrow, not this year, today. And before you roll your eyes and say, that's just a mindset thing, no, it's actually a practical system that I'm going to walk you through right now. The first thing you need to understand is that there are basically two types of income, and most people only have access to one. You have trading time for money income, which is your job, your hourly rate, your salary, and then you have what I call multiplied income, where one unit of effort pays you back more than once. Your job pays you once per hour. A skill that you package correctly can pay you the same amount while you sleep. Now, I'm not saying quit your job tomorrow because that's terrible advice. I'm saying you need both, and most people only have one. Here's a real example that might make this land better. Say you're decent at something. Maybe it's writing, maybe it's video editing, maybe it's knowing how Excel works, maybe it's even just explaining things clearly. Right now, you're using that skill to help one employer for one salary, but that exact same skill can serve multiple people at the same time if you package it differently. A freelancer who writes for 10 clients makes more than the one employee writing for one company. That's not a secret, that's just math. Now, where $10,000 a month actually becomes achievable is when you stop asking, how do I make more? And start asking, how do I make the same thing reach more people? A service provider who helps 5 clients at $2,000 each hits $10,000. A creator who builds an audience and sells one digital product at $20 to 500 people hits $10,000. A person who does consulting at $500 a session and books 20 sessions a month hits $10,000. None of these require you to be famous. None of these require a degree. All of them require one thing, which is that you actually know something useful and you learn how to present it to people who need it. The reason most people never get here is not because they're lazy, it's because they keep waiting to feel ready. And feeling ready is honestly a trap. Nobody who hit their first $10,000 month felt ready when they started. They felt terrified and they did it anyway. The difference between $10,000 a month and where most people are is usually not skill, it's exposure. Are enough people seeing what you can do? Because if 10 people see your offer and one buys, you just need to get in front of 500 people to hit 10 grand. Now here's the sarcastic part that I can't help but say. Most of us were taught that the way to make more money is to work more hours at the same job and hope someone notices. And that is honestly one of the most painful ways to spend a decade. You're essentially betting your income on someone else's decision to promote you. That's a rough game to play when you realize the rules aren't always fair. The smarter play, and this is the practical part you actually need to hear, is to build something on the side that doesn't depend on someone else's mood. Start with what you already know, figure out who needs it, find out where those people are online, show up there consistently, offer them something real, and do that until the money from that thing starts to equal your job. That's not a fantasy. That's a sequence of events that thousands of regular people have already done, and their stories are all over the internet if you go looking for them. The last thing I want to leave you with is this. Making $10,000 a month is not about finding a hack. It's not about some secret nobody else knows. It's about building income that stacks, staying consistent long enough for it to compound, and understanding that the goal isn't to win once, it's to build something that keeps paying you. The people who get there aren't special. They just stopped waiting for permission. And if this video made you think even slightly differently about how money actually works, there's another one right here that goes even deeper into how regular people are building real income without a massive following or a fancy background. Go watch that one next.